So let's keep this rolling, though. Cherise Trump is here, special guest. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
No
Thanks for
relation
having
to
me.
the president, as far as we know.
No
I know you
relation
get that.
as far as we know.
Okay, but you're leading an organization that is kind of doing what a lot of the CPAC speakers, including President Trump, said, which is standing up, speaking out. We saw it in Loudoun County, parents rising up. Tell us about your organization, what you're doing.
Yeah, so our organization is called Speech First, and we essentially file lawsuits against universities that violate the free speech rights of their students. And we look at their policies that specifically fly in the face of their First Amendment rights. And this is something, we just filed a lawsuit against the University of Houston this last week because of their egregious harassment policies that use language that will specifically target and create codes against speech, against students who want to express themselves, even just mainstream ideas. If someone finds it offensive, then it could actually be reported to the harassment office at the university.
We have a couple of college students that are working with us here, and one of our college students, Emily, mentioned to me yesterday that she was in a class at university, and they asked her to write an essay on why Trump is a dictator during his presidency. I mean, talk about a slap in the face.
A little slanted?
Absolutely. And it's like we've always known that universities have kind of leaned a little left, and that's something that's been accepted, but students have been allowed to debate openly and have these discussions in their classrooms. They used to be able to be comfortable doing this. These days, it's not just the social media lambasting that they are worried about or their reputational harm. It's actual policies that exist on the campus that are targeting any student that might disagree with this like woke mob.
This is when he was the president, too.
Right.
I want to mention that as well. As you talk about disrespecting the administration, this was during his presidency.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, there's a report that came out at the end of last year that said that over 80% of students admit to self-censorship. And that, we know that 80% of students on campuses aren't all conservative. So that's everyone. This should be a bipartisan issue. This should be an issue that everyone cares about. It's just your First Amendment rights at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, it's
that's
so
all
important.
It comes down to.
Obviously. How can people help our organization? How do they find you? How do they
absolutely.
help out?
Go to speechfirst.org, where you can sign up to become a member, learn more about our cases, but then also keep us informed about what's going on campuses. We get our information from what's happening on the ground from our student members, and that's really vital to us, so we know which universities are the most egregious violators of your First Amendment rights.
Do you think this is going to be front and center in the midterms? In terms, I mentioned Loudoun County at the top, and there were a lot of folks saying, I know Ron DeSantis here in the state of Florida, as a Republican governor, has a Parents' Bill of Rights. Are we seeing that spread around the country?
We're seeing that absolutely spread around the country. What concerns me more is that we need to encourage students and their parents as well to pay more attention to the universities that they're going to. Do your research on what policies are on your campus, know your rights, know the laws, and know the student code of conduct. But then also as parents, you're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for this, whether you're taking out all these debts. And you should be investing in something that's worthwhile, that you're not just sitting around for 4 years in a state of fear of being reported.
And then you'll see professors, despite all that money, teachers, in junior high and high school, go on social media and laugh at the notion that the parents are in charge. We've seen these videos go viral. Teachers say, I'm in charge. The teachers' unions are in charge, not the students, not the parents.
Incredible. It's incredible. As a parent, it's hard to even swallow. It's hard to fathom that that's actually being said. I don't know. Homeschooling's become more of an option for a lot of us.
Yeah. And my advice to students is, look, you're adults at that point. When you go to college, you are adults. You're autonomous. Don't let the universities fool you into thinking that they control your environment and they control your rights, because you have the onus of knowing your own rights and the laws that exist.
Great points.
All right. Well, we really appreciate it. Cherise Trump, you know where you can find the organization now.